so good at confrontation. Not afraid to say I'm shaking. Wish I could start a conversation. Oh yeah, you don't know how lucky you are. You don't know how.
What an entrance. Love it. Oh, can I just say before we start, if anyone that we know goes into politics, falls asleep at the doll, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind.
That's going to be both entertaining and disappointing to watch.
Or literally, me and Hosanna in our shared home will just turn to each other and be like, I can't believe our children have to witness this.
The audacity.
Oh my God. How are you doing?
I am good.
Oh my God, I didn't even put on the earphones. This is blasphemy. Just blasphemy.
Yes, allow me to get my mic, which is very vital.
Do you? I forgot about your mic. Oh,
Yeah, I use it for my computer. It's very...
oh, very cool, very cool. If one of these will turn on, I'd be so happy. Hi. Wave. She follow you? No?
Doesn't follow me.
She doesn't follow me either.
Hello, new person.
Hello, new person. I swear they turn on. Eventually they will. Does it work?
Yeah, it works in the computer, yeah.
Oh, I should have got one for myself. I was debating whether getting that one or the big one. And I just, here, I swear to God, this will not work. And I don't know why. Anyway, I think we should introduce this. This is Capitalism.
Thanks, I hate it.
This is episode 12. I am Sandra. Welcome to my mixtape, I'm Tired. And you are...
Hosanna, the gender bent Shane Madage, Nakui.
And this is our podcast.
Welcome. It's Jasmine.
Welcome, welcome.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
What? I don't know. What are you playing?
Okay, there we go.
Something is wrong. I have to disconnect these. I just
Okay.
I started hearing like K-pop music.
Okay.
So
That's weird.
I'm not even gonna try and figure that out. Just I'm gonna leave these. I'm gonna just not deal with that. Okay.
Just
So
nope.
this is episode 12. Um we're feeling strange already from the get-go. Wow. Hi Anita, it's been a while.
Hey, dude.
Oh, oh my God. Okay. So we got through the intro. Wow. What a time.
To be
And
alive.
now it's what have I missed? So what have I
Okay.
missed?
This week, I had a mental breakdown yesterday over something very simple,
Okay.
and I went to my friend's birthday party.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole reason I had a mental breakdown was because was because I was meant to have my driving test yesterday, theory test.
Okay.
And there was this whole situation where I turned up 13 minutes late, and for some reason, even though I checked it like 7 times, they told
Yeah.
me I had to go to Southgate. And everyone else I've been talking to, they're like, why would you be in Southgate? It was meant to be in the town center. So yeah, obviously I went to the wrong place, and then the whole like I was late
So that just caused me to have a mental crisis, and I was just bawling my eyes out in the car, and I just had a huge argument with my mom as well. And yesterday was not a good day, and
Oh, honey.
it's bad.
I know. That's so upsetting. I'm so sad for you. I'm glad you feel better, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
yeah. At least you feel better. I'm happy for that. But Jesus Christ, that's horrible. I, um, on a positive note, I have been applying to jobs and I think I'm getting one. So
Ooh.
very happy, very, very happy. Should be all right. But yeah, I don't know. Driving tests are always horrible, and I'm not even surprised because, like, they're very panic-inducing. So at least
Mhm.
you're all right now. I need to get mine. What am I doing? This is not the pod without. Oh God.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love your shirt. It's very pretty.
Thank you. It's actually my summer robe, and this is
Ooh.
my just a summer shirt. So I love how our viewers are so nice. They're just like, please don't cry, please don't be upset. Very happy. Oh, I know, Shaf. Those tests, they're horrible. Okay, so we've gotten on from what have I missed? So I gotta say, it's time for Forgotten Figures. Who
Ooh.
is our forgotten figure this week?
This week we have the lovely Henrietta Lacks. Now,
Ooh.
who was Miss Henrietta Lacks? She was a poor tobacco farmer who hailed from South Virginia, but she moved to Maryland to start a new life with her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then in January 1951, Henrietta was admitted to Johns Hopkins Hospital, which was the only hospital which would treat black patients during the 1950s. She would find out she had cervical cancer, and she tragically died 9 months later. But that's not where the story ends.
Wait,
Because
wait, wait, wait. Did they take something from her? Okay, I know where we're going. Okay, okay, go on.
so even the sad part is that Henrietta never knew the importance her specific cells would play in medicine, because Dr. Gray Otto was provided with a section of her tumor to study for and find. He was given a piece of her tumor to study, and he found something really unique and kind of unusual in the quality of her cells. While most cells would normally perish in a matter of days, Henrietta's didn't. Her cell line later became known as HeLa cells, and they proved to be invaluable due to their immortal qualities, because they didn't die as rapidly as normal cells do.
Hmm.
And Jonas Salk later used the cells for his polio vaccine research, and HeLa cells have also been used as the base for tens of thousands of medical patents. But Henrietta never had a chance to learn how important her cells were and how they changed science forever and helped to save millions of lives across the world, even today.
Wow,
So yeah, that's why
that,
she's forgotten.
that's
Because
amazing. Can we just say they didn't, I don't think they had permission to take our cells, did they?
I don't think so, no. I'm not too sure about the specifics of that, but I do know that they kind of just took them without really caring what anyone else said.
I might be wrong, but I think her family tried to like get them into court to compensate them because they basically did this without her knowledge.
Yeah,
And
that's
she
why
didn't even
she's forgotten, because her family isn't credited with this, which is so unfair, because if it wasn't for her cells, we wouldn't have got this far in medicine.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm really glad you brought that to the table. It's medical, really like good stuff. Good stuff. You're really bringing it in. You're really just
Thanks.
okay. So I guess we should go to Baby Got Books. Baby Got Books. And this week I have none other than
Oh.
Hamlet by William Shakespeare. Because someone decided to come to my house and hand deliver without texting me.
I forgot to do that. Sorry.
I heard the doorbell and I was like, oh no, I'm in pajamas. And then I was like, oh no, I need a mask. Where's my mask? And then mom was like, here, take my mask. And then it was a whole thing.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I'm
but
so
then
dumb. I
I
kept
got your
forgetting to buy a
microphone.
mask, and I actually bought one. And the second I turned up at your door, I was like, damn it, I left my mask in the car.
I always leave mine in my pocket. You were fine though, because like at least I had one, so it was fine. But oh my God, it's. But I managed to like package your gift, so that was fine. Yeah,
And I love it. I love the gift.
I gave her a very tiny microphone and then a bunch of other goodies. Very tiny.
They make my shelf really pop.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm reading Hamlet. I kind of gave up on Orientalism. I got through. Hi, Aoife. What is it? I got through like what is it, 64 pages of Orientalism, and then Edward Said decided to start speaking French, and I was like, bro, I'm done. This is where I go. Thank you, Aoife. She loves the microphones. I'm very excited. As soon as I start earning money, I'll save up and I'll buy us a Blue Yeti. So then we actually have like very good sound quality and it'll be good for editing and all. And then our editor can finally do some work for us. About time. Now
We're not calling anyone out. Just
we're not calling it we're not calling anyone out. We're all very busy. But what books have you been reading or excited
uh,
about reading?
well, I'm still reading The Witcher because I was studying for my driving test, but I am excited to start reading first of all, finish the Peculiar series by Ransom Riggs, which is absolutely
Yeah,
brilliant, and I would definitely
yeah.
recommend. And I also, so a lot of people recommended this Bad Girls Don't Die trilogy to me. It's supposed to be
Mm,
like very, like, no matter what your taste is, you'll like it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look. I've ordered the first book.
yeah.
Yes, The Witcher is
We
brilliant.
do stand The Witcher. Both the book and the series. I mean, Henry Cavill, can we just a moment of silence for his beauty?
The perfect, immaculate British man, like, dear
Specimen.
Lord.
Oh, there's a TikTok where it's like he's so ugly, no kiss kiss for him, and then no, because it's him in another
Oh,
part, and then he's at The Witcher, and they're like, I give him kiss kiss.
I didn't even realize he was in Stardust. I was watching it a couple of days ago and I was like, Henry? What you
Wait, he's
doing
where?
here?
He's in what?
In Stardust. So
He
is
is?
Charlie Cox. Yeah, the guy who plays Daredevil, he's also in it.
I'm shook. I'm.
Exactly. I was like,
Oh my god.
oh, oh.
Hi, Anita. Oh my god, the gang is really coming in today. Damn, so many viewers. I love this. Love it. So you're still reading The Witcher. Are you
Yeah.
excited? And you're excited for that book, but any other books that you're really thinking about reading?
Not at the moment. That's just the ones
Mm,
I'm focusing on right now. What about
yeah.
you? What other books are you excited to read?
I don't know. There's been a few, but I forget most of them. But what is it? But like, I kind of want to join one of the readathons one of these days. Maybe get more into like some small books, a bit more back into fiction. So we'll see. I'll probably just scour what is it? Waterstones.
Mm-hmm.
And just go for it. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Um. So without further ado, I think it's time for the big discussion. This week, everyone wanted to hear you rant about Marvel. They want to know our favorite historical periods, and they want to know our favorite quarantine habits, or like hobbies.
Yeah.
So I guess we should go into the Marvel rant straight away. Like that's what the people really have been aching for. So
I
before we
mean,
start, you're gonna start with Bucky. I can just feel it, like
yes.
in my guts. So go on.
But yes, my main thing is I stand Bucky, who is he's just amazing. And you know what's so funny is I
Yeah.
woke up this morning and the first thing I did was check my Twitter, which is just full of Bucky fan art, and I was like, oh, this guy. And then obviously I stalked Sebastian Stab's account for a while, but see, I just don't understand why more people don't stan Bucky, because they are like, oh my god, he's the villain, he was the Winter Soldier. He was not. He was a victim. Loki was a villain, okay? We still stan Loki.
I think it's because they don't understand the concept of PTSD. So they start like thinking how he's just a manipulator and this and that, when really he's just like, he has trauma. Like that's about it. I don't know.
And also, on the note of Bucky, while also being on the note of Endgame, which is what my main rant is going to be about, how much I hate Endgame. Well, but I was rewatching Endgame a few days ago, and I noticed that Bucky was not wearing any funeral clothes, and I was just like, oh my god, Bucky thought Tony hadn't forgiven him and wouldn't have invited him to his funeral, therefore he didn't get dressed up like everyone else, and he was invited, and then Sam forced him to come at last minute. That's why he's not dressed up like everyone else. And I was just like, you are loved, don't be sad.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That's so much. God.
I'm just like,
also, I get that Captain America traveled back to like be with Peggy for a lot of years and all that, but like
it just ruined both Peggy's character arc and Steve's.
Can we just say Peggy? We just want her to be a woman-loving woman. Okay, I said it. I said it. I'm sorry.
Like, it's so frustrating because in the TV show, right? Have you seen the TV show, Agent Carter?
I've seen glimpses. I watch mainly the, music videos where they're shipping people. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging, I do the same. But yeah, so when Agent Carter ends, like in the last episode, she is because in Winter Soldier she did say that she got married to another man, and her husband Steve did help her husband on this. So there's all these clues to who her husband was. But in the TV show, they basically make it seem that this veterinarian who was disabled from the war, and he was rescued by Steve, Daniel Sousa, he and Peggy get together, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is brilliant. Like, she's managed to move on from Steve. She's not just a voiceless love interest for Steve. She's with this amazing guy who deeply cares about her and all that. And also, one of, in the early season, she has this roommate who dies, and we're all just like, I don't think you guys were just roommates, but
they were roommates, like the, you know what I mean? The connotation. Yeah. Read the room, lads. Read the room. Like,
what was her name? Was it Agnes or?
Was it the blonde?
I think she was a blonde. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while.
Wait, is it the one from the restaurant, or is it the one that turns into a villain?
No. Oh no, I was talking about her roommate. She died pretty early.
I'll see.
But yeah, also the woman from the restaurant. Yeah, that whole situation, I was like,
When she stabbed that guy for the woman in the restaurant, like, oh.
Exactly. But yeah, so that all happened in Agent Carter, and we're like, yay, that's great. Peggy managed to move on. And then in Endgame, they just forget Bucky and his whole line of, until the end of the line. Shut the hell up, Steve. You lied. And they just ruined Steve and Peggy's character arc, and I'm just so mad about that.
Martinelli? Are you thinking Angie?
Yes, Angie.
She is the waitress. She's the waitress.
Oh, what's the roommate's name?
She is the roommate. She's both.
Oh.
What a thing.
Man, I gotta watch Agent Carter again.
You and me, bro. You and me. Wait, I'm gonna find out. Roommate.
But yeah, that's just...
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't remember. It might be Colleen something. Colleen O'Brien. Colleen O'Brien is her roommate. Sorry. She's a blonde too. Oh, they're cute together. Oh, anyway, go on.
But yeah, that's just my main rant. I'm just like, why was Endgame so bad? Why?
Can I just say, like, our poor Spidey was crushed. And what is it?
Yeah, that's true.
There's just so many things that they could have changed.
Yeah, I know, right? Like they could
I don't
have.
know, like Iron Man has always been my favorite superhero,
Hmm.
so that ending crushed me.
Yeah, honestly, when Tony and Nat died, I was like, dear Lord. I mean, I went into the theater expecting Steve to die, and I was ready. I was like, okay,
Right?
Steve dies, I'll be okay. But then they just do this, and I was like, huh?
Yeah. I'm. I don't. I don't. No.
But I can't wait to see Black Widow. Like, oh, I can't wait to see it.
Should be good. I've been loving all the Spider-Man arc. Like, it's truly just amazing.
Have you seen Spider-Man Far From Home?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think Mysterio is alive? Because
Me?
I do. I think he
I'd
is.
say so. I feel like I feel like he is.
Yeah, like when I watched that last scene, I was like, oh, he's not. Is he? I don't think he's dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead. He feels like kind of like a Moriarty kind of archetype, where
Yeah,
like he just kind of pops back and you're like, Jesus Christ, dude, just die already.
honestly.
Yeah, so he does kind of feel like one of those. So, mm, mm. What else? What else? Wonder Woman is DC.
Yeah, she is.
So let's not
But I
even.
can't wait to see it.
Same. I'm trying to think of what else.
Loki's death. Do you think he died for real?
No.
I think he did.
Do you think he died for real? He might
I'm
have,
like
honestly, but I don't know.
95%
Like,
sure
I'm
he died for
unsure
real.
because he's so. You know how he is,
That's true.
but he was really vulnerable in it, so I don't know.
I mean, I've seen all those YouTube theories where they're like, yeah, oh, this figure you can see in the very back, that's Loki. And I'm like, could
Hmm.
be.
Okay, let's say this. Out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, who do you think we are?
Mm. Okay, I'll say
Wait, I
yours
need
and
to
then
get
you
them
can
all
say
up.
mine.
Wait, let me get them all up in front of me.
Okay.
Um, Marvel super, like I need all their names just so I can give you an accurate superheroes. Okay.
I think I'll do one male and one female for you. So who would I pick in the females?
Okay.
I got
I'm gonna do that as well. Hi, Anna. I'm gonna just see. Mm.
You know what's so irritating though sometimes is I remember the character's name, but I don't remember the actress's name, or I have the actress's name and I don't know what the character's name is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay. I think I know who.
Okay, I have my female, but I'm trying to think which male would I say to you. Hold on.
I feel like I know who you'll say I am. But we'll see. Well,
Okay. I actually have two for women for you. Oh damn.
good times. Wow, that's on theme for me. I think for you, so this
Right.
might be a cop out, but I think you're Black Panther's sister.
Oh, okay.
I think you're her, but then you would also be Doctor Strange.
I definitely get it. Yeah.
I really see you in the hyper medical technology field. I don't know, and like a bit of sorcery. That's where I
Yeah.
was coming from. I don't know. I really see that for you.
I love the
Okay,
choices. Thank you.
okay. You're
So
welcome.
for you, I'm actually stuck between two. I would either, for females, I would say you're either Black Widow because you kind of pull everyone towards you. You know, you have that kind of energy where everyone
Mhm.
just knows they can rely on you and you're just the backbone of friendships. And I would also say that you are, hold on, let me just get her name. I haven't seen this show yet, so I don't know what her name is. I am, you know, the main girl in Agents of Shield. She's played by
Oh, like
Chloe
Kobe.
Bennett.
Oh, wait. Main, main. female. Really? I didn't even
Hold on.
female in
Daisy Skyke Johnson.
Daisy which?
Sky Johnson.
Sky Johnson. Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
think
I
her.
haven't
I
seen
didn't
it
even
either.
know. I haven't watched Shield.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I do follow all the casts.
She was a hacker?
What?
Apparently she was a hacker.
Yeah, see, the reason I would say this character is you because she's also, and the actress has said this as well.
Yeah.
The character of Sky is someone who wears her heart on her sleeve, and
I
she
didn't
also
mean
has
like this.
control over her emotions. So it's like, hold on, let me just get the perfect phrase for this. She's someone who's evolves from being anti-establishment into someone who wants to create an establishment that would help and benefit all. And I can see you doing that.
Oh.
And if I had to pick men, oh, this would be more difficult. I don't know. Am I mean for automatically adjusting you for women? I don't know.
No, you're not. You're not.
I don't know. I feel like you either have Thor or maybe Spider-Man energy. Like the dumbass smart person we
The
stand.
himbo.
The himbo.
My guess is for me, but I really thought you were going stereotypes. So, well, if you were going stereotypes, I would say Captain Marvel, which is like not really, but you know. But then I was going Deadpool, and I would have objected because it's just too much. But it is funny. It would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Hi, Alex.
Though I will say one thing. I don't understand why people hate on Brie Larson because they're like, oh, she's so cocky and she's all this. But Robert Downey Jr. acted the exact same way when
Yeah.
Iron Man first came out and Marvel was just creating. So I'm like, he did the same thing. And you guys were like, oh my God, I love him. He's so confident. And she does the exact same thing and she gets all this hate.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that. Thanks for checking in. What is that? Yeah, I don't know where that comes from, honestly. It's a bit weird. I don't like when they do that.
Yeah, I'm just like,
That's like if Taylor Swift comes out with an album about relationships in general, or
yeah.
like Sam Smith. Sam Smith will be credited as like historically like a really confident like singer and stuff, and his music is brilliant. And then if Taylor Swift does it, it's like, oh, all she talks about is her exes, and you're like,
Doesn't she have something better to do? Oh, I just don't understand. Like, women support women, bro.
yeah, I don't get it. I don't get that anyway. Ugh. So I guess we should move on to what was my second one? We said favorite quarantine, favorite periods of history.
Ooh.
Do you want to get into it?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So do you want me to go first for me or
Yeah.
okay. So I really like romanticism, which was like, the area
Yeah.
of like where they emphasized intense emotion,
Yeah.
like placing an emphasis on like apprehension and horror and terror and awe. So like a
Yeah.
lot of art was created during this time and it's all very like vivid imagery.
Yeah.
So I really like that for me.
I
But
thought you were gonna say the Renaissance era, and I was like, I can definitely see that.
I haven't finished.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The Renaissance would probably be my top, and then if I was going art style, I would go Impressionism because I love like Monet and all that. But yeah, Renaissance because I really love Michelangelo's work. I really love Leonardo's work, but like genuinely, just all of it. Just
Oh, I would love to meet Leonardo da Vinci. I would actually be like, you're my hero.
I would be like with Michelangelo, and I'd be like, so top
We
or
heard you
bottom?
gay.
No, we've gone past it. It's like, who was the secret lover? Tell me. Come on, come on. You can tell me, bro.
We besties.
Bruh.
Honestly,
No, but
though.
yeah, like I think we would travel to the Renaissance. I would love. I would love
I
it.
just the Renaissance was just such a nice era. Like,
It's just
I
so
mean,
beautiful.
everyone was just really coming into their own. Like, whether it was art, whether it was science, everyone was just living their life. I mean, there were still tragic things that happened, but it was just
Obviously, we're not going to deny that. Also, as people, as the people we are, we wouldn't survive in any era
that's true.
apart from the current. So, like, this is
Yeah.
not us romanticizing and being like, oh, I love the 1950s. No, I like their style of fashion. That's about it. Like, I don't agree with their politics and all that.
Yeah, like as this TikToker I saw said something like vintage vintage fashion does not equal vintage morals.
Exactly. Every vintage YouTuber and stuff has been saying that, like, for ages. Because it's
Like,
true. Like, why would that make sense? Like, some YouTubers that went to college and stuff and they would dress all vintage even in college, they
yeah,
would be refused from being in the feminist society because they would tell them that they're dressing up for the patriarchy. And then the people would turn around and be like, but I'm a lesbian. Like
honestly,
literally, like my one of my favorite Jessica Calhoun Fozard, that literally happened to her, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. That should not
honestly,
happen.
like
Oh,
it's so annoying that even feminism can't, like, you try and find a society that's trying to be open to all people, and you find there's always one or two flaws with it.
yeah. And that's all societies. That's not even, I'm not even excusing any of them. That's all of them have some kind of bias on something.
Yeah, like even like I don't want to bash Pride, but even Pride has that where they won't accept certain sexualities.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about pedophilia. That is not a sexuality. That is disgusting. We
Let's not
don't.
even, yeah. No,
That's nothing.
absolutely not. No,
I'm
no.
talking about like some people won't accept asexuals or aro aces and what's the other one, like demisexuals.
Yeah, yeah. Or like when you see a trans person with someone and they seemingly look like they're a straight couple and then
Yeah,
people are like, why are you at Pride? Like
exactly.
that doesn't make sense. Or
Like,
like I'm bi and like there's always this stigma of like, oh, we love every woman and we like only like one guy or whatever. And that's just so toxic for most people. 'Cause then you have people like Halsey or whatever who are always dating like men
yeah,
usually. And then people are like, oh, she's not really bi or whatever. And that doesn't
yeah,
make any sense. Do you know the meaning of the word? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, I always find it annoying when, like for instance, I have two friends, right? And
Yeah.
one of them, like one of my friends is pan and the other is bi.
Yeah.
Uh, the bi friend is not Sandra, but
It's actually not me for once. Hold the
but
applause.
but basically, my bi friend, right? She got married to a man, right? And my pan friend got married to a woman, and both of them, whenever they're like at Pride or something, people are like, "Oh, how can you be pan when you're married to a woman? That would just make you a lesbian because you're married now. You can't be with anyone else." And then the bi woman gets the same thing where they're like, "Well, you're not really bi, you're straight because you married a man." And I'm just like, they're still who they want to be. Like, just because you're married doesn't mean that it changes your attraction.
That's like saying to a married straight woman, "Oh, you're married to your husband, so you don't find anyone attractive ever." Like that's
Exactly.
just not what happens. It doesn't your brain doesn't just like switch that off.
Exactly. It's not like a
We
switch.
don't have COVID, we're just chronically ill for anyone who's
Yeah.
listening and just heard that cough. Like just chronically ill, don't come for us.
Yeah, like yesterday I went to this party and my dad, like, my friend's birthday party, and my dad was like, "You have to wear your masks the whole time you're there." And I was like, "I will." I didn't. But
I
I
saw those
social
selfies, you didn't.
but we did social distance. Like the
Yeah,
girls, like I don't want to bash the girls, but the girls who, like, my dad was like, "Okay, you're fine around Layla and Stella." So me and him used to stay close to Layla and Stella because we knew they had been quarantining. But we kind of distanced ourselves from the other girls because we're like, if one of
yeah.
us gets sick, we're
And
basically
you
fine.
don't, yeah, and you don't know where you've both been. Like, so,
Exactly. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna stay here. And
yeah,
ever since I've come back, I've kind of been sick, but I'm like, okay, I know for a fact that I have allergy. It's allergy season. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna avoid getting sick in front of my dad, otherwise I'm gonna get hella blamed.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah. That's like me. Like, I cough or sneeze often, so then I'm always just like, look, I have chronic illness. Don't worry about it. It's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal. Oh, mm, what is it? Completely lost my train of thought. Completely just. Give me a second. Fill in the space here for a bit. But yeah, as we were saying, I'm really gone. What were we talking about?
You're talking about favorite eras in history.
I'm so sorry. Yes, favorite hero of history. Yeah, even if you see how I dress, like I take inspiration from so many different eras that I just really appreciate. Like, for example,
Hi,
I
Sakina.
really like jumpsuits. Hi, does she follow you?
Yeah, she's a friend of mine.
I was like, what is it? I take inspiration from different eras, so I really like jumpsuits. So I would really suit like the 80s and 90s. I really like what is it, polka dot dresses, kind of like in the 1950s style. So really, mainly any of the historical periods that we do like, we just like them for the aesthetic.
Yeah,
Mainly, we don't support political views or anything. Like
yeah.
it's not that heated. It's not that serious. Like, no.
Though I will say, if I had to pick a historical era, I would kind of like to live during Charles II. Even politically, I'd like to live during Charles II's era in England.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because he was a hot mess of a king. Like, this dude was just partying all the time. Like, have you ever heard the infamous story where this guy stole the crown jewels, damaged them heavily, and Charles II made him a duke, and he owned several
No.
states in Ireland.
Why is that us?
Honestly,
I would break something and you'd be like, Queen!
we
Like,
stand.
we stand. No, no. I would, if I'm being completely honest, if I was to go back and have to live somewhere, ancient Greece.
Yes. Oh, though I will say I don't like ancient Greece because voting was very difficult there.
True. But bathhouses looked really good.
Yes. And all the research I could do in the Alexandria Library, oh, amazing.
True. Well, think about it. Welcome to ancient Greece. You're considered.
Highly considered.
I would want to go back to when Jack the Ripper was kind of like at his peak and and talk to all the women and be like, "Yo, did you hear like who actually murdered him? Because I know he didn't stop."
Yeah. There was always a theory that it was H. Holmes, the very famous killer of America.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if BuzzFeed Unsolved did it or one of my other famous. Basically, there's a big theory that Jack the Ripper left England after doing that, moved to America, couldn't control his urges, and became known as H. Holmes. Because they kind of like lived around the same time period. I think there was only like 1 or 2 years difference in the murders. Like the
Okay,
theory
so
quite
it's
fits, and I
plausible.
can't help but be like,
Quirky. Quite the theory. I won't discard it. Like that does seem fairly plausible. But anyway, can you imagine us as like detectives? I'd kind of infiltrate among the women, dress the same way as them, and then I just show up and I'm like, so like, what's going on with that?
yeah, like spill the tea, sis.
Spill the tea, sis. Hate myself for that. Thanks. What was I gonna say? I think we've given history a bit of like enough of airtime. Maybe we'll come
Yes.
back to it let's talk favorite quarantine hobbies. We've talked about it on and off on the program, so like let's go for it. What have been your faves?
Mm, I'm trying to be more healthy, so I think one of my favorite quarantine hobbies is definitely exercising, reading, and watching TV.
Yes. Yes.
What about
I
you?
think fairly similar. Yeah.
Have you been into drawing? I know you were trying to.
I have been drawing. I've been trying to do the whole merch thing, but I don't know if I'm gonna end up doing that because like I might have a job soon, so
Right.
not fairly like plausible. But I have been drawing a bit more. I try to draw here and there. And plus like one of these days my watercolor palette just kind of fell from out of a box.
Right.
And in our family, like if something falls, it means that a spirit is trying to contact you, like someone we know is trying to just be like
Right.
especially like if money falls or whatever. So then I was just like, okay, I'll do some fan art of the podcast. Jesus, give me a break. Speaking of which, I remember you said once, like this was before quarantine, let's not even, but what is it? You were saying like, look, does anyone have any ghost stories or anything like that? Because I'm doing like a project and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I completely forgot, but I do have a few. Like I have like mainly some of them have been like, let me see. Let me think of one. Like basically when I found out that my grandmother had passed away that
Yeah.
night, like I got like I was going to sleep and I got really shaky like when I was like really depressed and I
Mhm.
felt like I couldn't calm down. And then I kind of felt like almost a hand kind of going over me, like kind of just patting me. And then I was like, "Oh, it's mom." Mom got up and
Yeah.
like was like calming me down. That's what I thought. And then I turned and I was going to be like, "Hi, thanks, mom." And then there was no one.
Ooh.
There was no one in my room whatsoever. Mum wasn't awake.
Ooh. And you think it was your grandmother?
I think so.
Very plausible theory, yes.
I don't know. I can't prove it, but I think so. Speaking of which, my grandmother is great because I didn't tell her anything about my relationships or my sexuality or anything. But
Yeah.
then before passing away, like the year before, we were at her house and stuff, and we were saying bye, and she was like, "Oh, good luck." And then she was like, "Oh, find your romance." And now I'm like, "Grandma, why did you put this pressure on me? There was no need."
We do not stand those.
No, with that. But there was a TikTok of like someone picking out tarot cards and they picked out the Two of Cups and they were like, oh, this means that a new relationship or partnership in business is going to begin. And I was like, I'll take whatever. Thank you. Oh, but for quarantine, I think I've been doing the same as you. I've been reading a lot. Well, as much as I can, because I can't really read like news and stuff. I don't have the
Yeah.
brain capacity for that anymore. I think there's a thing called Podcastle or something that turns any article you want into a podcast so you can listen to it instead of read it. So if you're either studying or you want a news article to go into your head but you can't read it,
Uh-huh.
that's a fairly good option.
Yeah, I have been
Uh,
trying to be like more informed news-wise. Like I've downloaded the New York Times and the Irish Times onto my phone, and I get like notifications and stuff about interesting articles and all that. Because I know
that's
it's
really good.
important to read the news.
I follow the New Yorker um on Instagram and then sometimes I look onto their uh articles. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I think it's just been fairly the same. I go for daily walks now. I've
Yeah.
still been going to therapy. I went to Specsavers, so next week you will see me with new glasses. Any bets on what color?
Gray.
I mean, no. All I'm saying is I'm coming for Shane Madej's gig. So,
Ooh.
glasses wise.
Oh, I
But
would
yeah,
recommend though, if you're reading a lot of books, you should try doing the Readathon book challenge on Goodreads. Like,
Ooh.
you put in a number, like it just tracks what kind of books, all the books you've read over the year. Like my goal is 12, but obviously I've read more than 12. Well, I'm going to read more than 12. And when the year's over, it gives you a compilation of what books you've read, and it tells you what your favorite genres have been over the year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that. That's really good.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. I have tried to do readathons, but then I have like 10,000 other things to do, so it doesn't really work for me. That's why I prefer this.
I want to kind of do, what is it? The Latinaton, which is like Latina writers or stories,
Ooh.
but I kind of have to give it a break. I have to like earn some money and then I can buy books from Waterstones and otherwise. And then I say Waterstones because Waterstones is local to anyone who knows us, but
Yeah.
also we want to go on a date for we're not dating, but we want to go on a date for what is it, Academy Books and
Yeah,
get some secondhand books. So hopefully we'll do that soon.
hopefully.
And we're also not going to Neves anytime soon because the number of people, she's like, it's too many of us.
That's true,
So,
yeah.
so I don't know when we'll see her again. Besides Zoom, because we do Zoom. Uh, so maybe it's time for, it's not a moment, it's a movement.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So what is your movement?
Um, it's not so much a movement, but
Hmm.
I like we all know of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial that
Oh
went
my
on.
God. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I always believed in Johnny Depp because I've seen him since I was young and I was like, there's no like yes, he might be a bit violent, but there's no way he did all of that to Amber Heard. And I researched it myself and I was like, it's kind of interesting how she had his bruises, but they were gone the next day. When she posted on her story. And then I kind of just was like, I don't know. I don't think the full story is being said here. And now that it's all come out that she's actually the abuser and he's
Yeah.
innocent, I'm like, thank my gut.
I just, I don't even know what's going on with that. Like, I was always on the fence. Like, it didn't make complete sense to me because
Yeah, I
I
was
thought,
still on the fence. I was like, maybe he did it. Maybe
yeah,
my gut's just wrong. But now I'm just
yeah.
like, I was right.
I've still been on the fence, like, since the beginning because, like, he has a kid who's like
Yeah.
an adult now. So I would have thought, like, if at any time he was abusive, she would have at least seen it at least once in her life.
Yeah,
But
like,
then, like, everyone came out saying how Amber Heard, like, dated them for clout or, like, tried to advance her career by, like, getting into a relationship with various people. So,
yeah.
like, I don't know, that whole case is just sketchy, and wherever the judge is, good luck, because
Yeah,
I've
because, like,
heard some
I
of the
mean,
things.
his daughter, right, Lily Depp,
Yeah,
her mom's Vanessa Paradis, and she and Johnny were together for 14 years.
yeah, which
She
is
would have
far
said
more.
something if
Yeah,
he was abusive.
yeah,
And I'm just like, I just find it heartbreaking how his whole career just like, do you remember how he didn't even go to the Fantastic Beast premiere because no one wanted him there.
yeah, I
Even
know.
though some of the cast were like, you should come, you worked so hard in the movie. But he still didn't come because he felt like no one wanted him there. And yet Amber Heard's not been cancelled. And I'm just like, why are we letting this woman ruin Johnny Depp's career and nothing happens to her, even though it's been found out she was the abuser?
Yeah, I don't get it either. I
Yeah,
really
I'm just like, it's so, like, can you imagine the mental heartbreak he's been going through all this time?
God, I wish everyone in that case the best of luck because it's a war. It's literally a war.
Yeah, it's actually a
Um,
war.
my movement this week is have you heard about the tampon ad that has been banned in Ireland?
No?
Basically there was this tampon ad that basically showed you how to use the applicator and stuff.
Yeah,
Like it was, they made it seem like it was a talk show, like it was fairly like casual. And
yeah,
then 85 people complained about it, and then like the Daily Mail and a bunch of other newspapers were saying how it was offensive or it was like controversial or whatever. And it
yeah.
basically got banned.
But now lots of people, including me and a lot of people I follow, have been like basically protesting and saying, look, this should not be banned. This has given more education to people than most sex ed does, because in
Yeah,
Ireland, like, no one talks about tampons when you're in secondary school or like
they
primary school
really
or
don't.
anything. Like they don't talk about it at all. So a lot of people like Quarantine FM, for example, shout out to them. I will tag them in this, have been like pointing out this is ridiculous. Like, this is basically just sex ed. There was nothing controversial. There was no body parts shown. There was nothing,
Yeah,
there was no blood. It was in no way trigger inducing. It was just very much like, this is an applicator. This is how you
it was
would
completely like
apply
a
it.
talk show.
Absolutely. Like, it was literally two women talking to each other and talking about how to use one.
Yeah,
So, Ireland, get it together.
like
Just,
honestly, just put all your shit in a box and get it together.
yeah. I'm gonna tag like people that are involved in that, and I will share it on the story probably after this, like the post that actually shows the ad, because it's
Yeah,
really not controversial at all. And if anyone wants to use tampons, it's good advice. So
yeah,
I think we should move on to mixtape of the week, and we
yeah,
don't have that much time, so we do kind of like have to
yeah.
go. So what is your mixtape of the week?
Um, Mixtape of the week. I would say, okay, it's not my mixtape, but yesterday I had to listen to non-stop Shawn Mendes and One Direction songs, like from Insecure to like what's the one with the bus, and then the one in the tent, like all of those just on repeat.
I completely forgot, but I know what you're talking about, yeah. Insecure. Didn't know what fuck. Turn
So yeah,
heads and
that's been
you
my
walked through
mixtape.
the door. So that's your mixtape. My mixtape has currently really been the Academics' new album that has songs like Acting My Age and Sunroof. Like, it's just such a good album. The actual album is called Acting My Age.
Yes.
Anything could happen. The video has a bunch of couples that have been separated by social distancing.
Yeah.
It's really cute, very heartfelt, very nice. There's another one called Unspoken that I don't know, I haven't heard to it. Them is a really good song about like being in a relationship and wanting to be like your relationship role models. And
Yes.
then there's the other song called Happy Hour. So
Right.
I really like The Academic, love them. We stan. I was singing their
Yes,
song at the beginning slightly. So listen to the album. But also, Wasteland Baby by Hozier has been on repeat since it
We
came out.
stand Hozier in this podcast.
And I really love his music. And it's just so relaxing. And
It
also,
is.
I should give a shout out to, I was watching like a YouTube video about cottagecore and like the origins of it and why it kind of like infringes on kind of like what is it, Indigenous people and Native Americans and all that. So I will link Rowan Ellis's video as well, or
Yeah.
her page, so you can watch that as well if you're into cottagecore and want to know more about it. So that's been my mixtape of the week. I don't know if I said it, but I'm Sandra. Welcome to my mixtape. I'm tired, Costa, and you are.
I am Hosan, gender bent version of Shane Madage. Nukwi.
You definitely said it, and I just forgot. Like, oh. But anyway, I think we should move on to. One second, I'm gonna get my sketchbook for this if I can find it. Opening my menu right now. Opening my menu. I'll have what she's having. So, what are you having for lunch, dinner, or breakfast today?
I'm actually having something super healthy, which
Ooh.
is a chickpea salad.
I love that. I had for breakfast, I had porridge with lactose-free custard from
Yes.
Alpro, sponsor us, and also apples like cut up, so it really just tasted like an apple pie with like a bit of cinnamon. So really good.
Nice.
I'd suggest it to anyone who's trying to get healthy and needs a bit of fiber and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's been us for this week. We actually managed to finish on time today.
Yay!
Like, God. So I think it's time for the outro. This has been Capitalism.
Thanks. I
Hate it. um,
got my phone there.
my name is Sandra. Welcome to my mixtape. I'm tired. You are.
Was that gender bent version of Shane Madage? Nuckweed.
And this has been episode 12. Join us for next week for a bunch of other topics. Hopefully, I'll put some in the story and you can start voting on them.
Yay. We stand.
Bye.
Bye.